Hello, Alabama. No one expected this surprise. But will it be a surprise for Bama and Milroe? He has been a difference maker for Bama, and he can improve, but he could even win the Heisman. But are there any articles suggesting Milroe will be a good fit for the Cleveland Browns in the next draft? Let's take a look at that. But first, subscribe to the channel to receive more Bama news. Deshaun Watson's Achilles injury has left the Cleveland Browns in an unexpected and challenging situation at quarterback. Without Watson for the rest of the season, interesting rumors are emerging about the team's options for the upcoming NFL draft. A recent analysis by CBS Sports highlights Alabama's Jalen Milroe as a possible top pick, with the Browns considering him 5th overall for the 2025 draft. It's impressive to see the Browns' interest in Milroe, whose explosive talent has been evident in the college scene. Combining incredible throwing power with remarkable agility, he brings the rare ability to make plays with both his feet and his arm, creating a dynamic style of play that many NFL teams seek. His distinctive offensive presence would certainly open up new possibilities for any scheme that needs more versatility. For Alabama, this speculation about Milroe represents a great validation of the program, which continues to produce elite talent ready for the professional level. Milroe's potential move to the NFL would be a milestone, leaving a legacy for the Crimson Tide while also challenging the program to find someone who can fill that role with the same level of impact. From the Cleveland Browns' perspective, Milroe could be exactly the breath of fresh air that their offense needs. If brought into the fold, he would bring a new and electrifying dimension to the offensive scheme. And even if initially as a backup, he would have the opportunity to further develop his skills in a professional environment, with the potential to become the next big name in the team's history. What have the guys been saying about Milroe? I'm going to bring it up to analyze. A.J. McCarron, former Alabama quarterback and idol to many fans, opened up about the current QB of the Crimson Tide, Jalen Milroe, after they lost to Tennessee. And so the question remains, is he ready for the NFL? Let's see how the analysis of Milroe went. McCarron, who knows the demands of playing QB at Alabama, gave a technical and honest analysis of Milroe during the McCready and Siskey program, without hiding his frustration with the lack of progress in essential aspects of the game. For McCarron, Milroe still needs to find his true identity on the field, highlighting that he is not the quarterback he wants to be, something that may seem like harsh criticism, but also carries the view of someone who roots for the player's success. McCarron acknowledged that Milroe has potential, calling him a good college player. But he did emphasize the problem with Milroe's accuracy and improvement since last year. He said technicalities like Milroe's front foot positioning and over-the-top throw have been detrimental to the quarterback's effectiveness. McCarron even compared Milroe to Tyler Watts, another former Alabama quarterback, noting that Milroe seems to replicate Watts' over-the-top throw motion, which has been tweaked over time. Milroe has had a breakout moment early in the season, especially against Georgia, where he showed impressive accuracy, completing 81.8% of his passes and throwing for 374 yards, as well as scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. However, consistency has been an issue. His accuracy has dropped game by game, from 75% against Vanderbilt to 55.6% against Tennessee. In 2 other games, against Texas and Arkansas, Milroe's completion percentages have fallen even lower, raising questions about his ability to maintain that high level in big games. One of McCarron's most interesting observations concerns Milroe's style of play. McCarron believes the quarterback is trying to prove himself as a thrower, a skill he clearly hasn't fully mastered yet. McCarron believes Milroe should be more focused on what he does best, his athleticism and running ability. According to McCarron, Milroe's greatest asset is something rare among college quarterbacks: he runs like few others. But instead of using that to his advantage, Milroe seems hesitant to move in the pocket and exploit his mobility. McCarron stressed that he needs to become a QB who reads the first 2 options and, if nothing opens, moves with his legs. By focusing too much on throwing, Milroe fails to exploit his natural advantage. McCarron also pointed to Milroe's predictable tendencies in the game. He often drops back into the pocket and tries to escape to the right, which makes him an easy read for opposing defensive lines. In the world of American football, where every move is analyzed and exploited by opponents, these tendencies can cost them dearly. Defensive reading becomes simplified, and opposing teams train their defensive lines to exploit exactly this type of behavior. McCarron believes that coach Kalen DeBoer has a unique opportunity to evaluate alternatives. The former player suggests that Ty Simpson could be a choice if the coaching staff wants to explore a more pass-oriented approach to the game. For McCarron, this would be a chance to test the true potential of Alabama's offense, without the burden of a playoff scenario. Despite all the criticism, McCarron made a point of emphasizing his respect for Milroe, calling him an incredible player. He recognizes the dedication and effort of the current QB and, alongside Jalen Hurts, another Alabama icon and now a successful name in the NFL, sends a message of support to the young quarterback. Hurts, in turn, has also been a voice of support for Milroe, encouraging him to stay focused and not listen to the critics. McCarron's in-depth and honest analysis of Milroe's performance shouldn't be taken as a simple critique, but rather as a call for the Crimson Tide QB to adjust his game and play to his true strengths. Alabama, under DeBoer, has a chance to re-evaluate its offensive scheme and perhaps explore an approach that maximizes what Milroe brings to the field. This season may not have gone as expected for the Crimson Tide, but there's still room for adjustment and improvement. Alabama wide receiver Jeremy Bernard has been a constant presence of support for Jalen Milroe, even as the young quarterback has faced turmoil this season. While some may focus on the challenging stats like Milroe's 6 interceptions to 5 touchdown passes, his declining completion percentage and his increasing sacks, Bernard brings a different perspective, offering unwavering support for his teammate. To him, Milroe's struggles don't just reflect the quarterback's abilities, but rather a collective challenge the team must face together. At a time when criticism is common, Bernard stressed his confidence in Milroe, saying wide receivers need to take their share of responsibility as well. "We always have Milroe's back. If the ball is, in our neighborhood, we have to be better at making those plays when those opportunities come our way," he said. That kind of collective commitment is essential, especially on a team like Alabama, where the pressure to perform is intense and every mistake is heavily scrutinized. Bernard has been a reliable target for Milroe, with 25 receptions, 381 yards, and 2 touchdowns in just 7 games. This connection between the two shows that even amidst the hardships, there is chemistry and potential for growth. Bernard, in his first season in Alabama, has quickly become one of the team's top receivers and has demonstrated a deep understanding of the role each player plays in the other's success. He knows that the responsibility doesn't fall solely on Milroe, and this mature approach certainly strengthens their relationship. But Bernard's role goes beyond statistics. He has established himself as a true support system for Milroe, helping him maintain confidence amid challenges. Bernard shared that he continues to encourage the quarterback to not let the hardships get to him, emphasizing the importance of staying resilient and believing in his abilities. In a season full of ups and downs, these words of encouragement from a teammate are crucial. With Alabama looking to adjust and improve, this show of solidarity between Bernard and Milroe is an inspiring example of what team spirit is all about. Bernard sees beyond the numbers and believes in Milroe's potential as a leader and quarterback, demonstrating that the strength of a team is not only in the plays, but in mutual support and faith in each member of the team. This connection between them will certainly be a fundamental pillar for Alabama to always remain united, don't you think? Does Milroe have a replacement for the future? Kelen Russell, the 5-star Alabama star who is committed to the future of the Crimson Tide, already sees himself as the next in line to lead the offense. In his recent appearance on the Momentum podcast on YouTube, Russell spoke about his decision to choose Alabama and how working with the Crimson Tide coaching staff, led by head coach Kalen DeBoer and offensive coordinator Nick Sheridan, has strengthened his vision for the future. And for him, Jalen Milroe's trajectory serves as an inspiration and a goal, especially considering that Milroe could be headed to the NFL in 2025, paving the way for Russell and other Bama QBs. Russell mentioned the immediate impact DeBoer had in showing him the potential he could achieve at Alabama. He highlighted how DeBoer and Sheridan, with their strategic knowledge, could help him reach the highest level of performance. Russell's confidence in his future with the Crimson Tide is clear, and he acknowledges that the rigorous coaching and offensive approach that shaped Milroe could be the same elements that make him the next standout quarterback. "These guys are going to make me an incredible quarterback," Russell said. He sees Milroe's example, who has faced challenges and improved significantly, as proof of what is possible under the leadership of DeBoer and Sheridan. In his conversations with the team, Russell has mentioned feeling like QB1, but he understands that Milroe's experience is valuable and that he can learn a lot from his style of play, especially his quick reads and mobility, which are also Milroe's strengths. "Like Jalen Milroe, you're in the gate. Like Kelen Russell is in," Russell said, showing his enthusiasm for being the next to carry the responsibility of running Alabama's offense. He sees Milroe as a well-trodden path that can guide his own development, especially with the senior potentially heading to the NFL in 2025, which would open up a space for Russell to take on a central role. As he prepares to lead Duncanville High School to another state championship, Russell keeps an eye on the future and the opportunities that Alabama offers. He knows that the Crimson Tide provides a unique environment for development, and that following in Milroe's footsteps can help him excel on the college stage and eventually secure his own future in professional football. With the confidence that Milroe's experience will serve as a foundation for his own growth, Russell is determined to not only live up to expectations, but to follow suit to the NFL. For Alabama, the addition of Russell, who is already inspired by Milroe's success and ready to work under the guidance of DeBoer and Sheridan, strengthens the program's future. What do you think? Let us know!